found F29 hidden folder on husband's M33 phone with pictures and videos he secretly took of his former secretary. F21 other stuff update. Hi everyone. Not a native speaker, so apologies in advance. Married since 3 years. In a relationship since over 5 years. After a long academic journey, we are both at the start of our careers and being pretty successful doing so. Recently bought our dream house together and simply enjoying the few years we got left to do whatever we like, since we're planning on having kids in a couple of years from now. Our relationship felt to me like it's made to last forever. We're sharing the same values, same humor, same goals. Also we're both old and experienced enough to tell it's not just puppy love or anything like that. We both share pretty much open phone policy, which just came natural, sharing pictures, simple grabbing the next device available to look something up, etc. We both own iPhones and I recently stumbled across the possibility to mask fade out. Sorry, I don't know the exact term, pictures, and they will only appear in special folder. Mea culpa. Mea maxima culpa that caught my attention concerning his phone. So last Monday, when he went for his swim training, he left his phone at home and I went for it. What I found was beyond every expectation I've had. I thought maybe I would find some random porn or even pictures of his ex or something like that. I found pictures and slow-mo videos he took in the office over a span of a few weeks of his now former secretary. She is a 21-year-old, pretty attractive girl. He recently got a new job and the pictures started around the time he knew he would quit his old job and therefore probably wouldn't see her again. The pictures mainly focused on her ass, her legs, her heels. There were also saved profile pictures of hers from social media. Then there was something else which I still can't or don't want to believe. One series of pictures shows her ass in a tight dark jeans with some fresh wet stains of something that looks like sperm on it. He kinda has a fetish for anything that has to do with girls getting messy with sperm in porn and or RL. I felt and feel shocked and can't think of anything else since I found that Pandora's box. I did not talk to him about it yet. He's not suspecting anything even though I could not act around him normal. Him asking what's wrong, I told him I don't feel very well due to my period, which is also true by the way. So please share your opinion about it. How should I approach this? Should I even approach it? Is this normal behavior? Has anybody experienced something like that? Thank you for your support. Edit. First of all, I want to thank you all for caring so much. Regarding your comments, I feel the need to add some more context. He spoke to me about her regularly when he told me from his day at work she was his personal secretary assistant. They also talked private stuff but nothing inappropriate. More like small talk. What did you do over the weekend? Stuff like that. At least he told me so. But he always liked trying to make me a little bit jealous. Seemed to be a turn on for him. He tried so by telling me innocent things about other girls that were obviously attractive, like she has new nails which look way better now, or today she dresses a little bit inappropriate for work. He always did so with a smile. And of course I knew what was going on and what he was up to. And of course he in retro perspective talked about her in that way. Most of the time it did not bother me since I was sure it would be something childish he needs for himself. Most of the time I wouldn't even react. He has no social connection to her anymore, not in social media, not in real life. The only contact they do still have is their phone numbers. She sometimes has to reach out to him to ask for some work-related stuff, since not all of his cases projects have been finished when he left the job. He openly tells me about that when there was contact. Seemed normal to me. What I don't know is where he has the social media pictures from. I looked it up. They are not connected via Instagram or Facebook and her profile is set on private. He doesn't use any other social media as far as I know. Some of the pictures were WhatsApp profile pics, others probably not. That makes me wonder a little bit. Maybe I should try and hold myself back for a few days and see if the folder is updated regular. What do you guys think? Also, I feel the urge to check on his other devices but did resist so far. Edit. I'm overwhelmed with your responses. Certainly did not expect so much feedback and so much sympathy. Some responses even brought tears to my eyes. I'm pretty collect right now, although I think it'll be another sleepless night. I have a plan. I need to find out since so many of you suspect there is more to it. Tomorrow he will be at work while I'm working from home. All of his devices except for his phone will be here. I will look at them. I simply have to know. I know this could backfire, but I'm being totally egoistic here. He lost his right of privacy the moment he took pictures of this young lady. By the way, I met her a few times when I was visiting him at work and she is a true sweetheart. I'm getting angry writing this at the moment. I will find out and will save the evidence and confront him. I will keep you guys updated. Should I keep on editing this post or start a new one? I really don't know since I'm pretty much new to this active posting thing. Edit update. Good morning everyone. Right now I'm sitting in front of his computer MacBook Pro which is connected to his phone. He's at work and will return in about 4 hours. I have absolutely no clue how and where to search for evidence. I've always used Windows my whole life. I know some of you might not want to be a part of this, but if anyone could provide some help, for example where to find the photo stream, that would help me a lot. For anybody wondering how I'm doing, didn't sleep a lot, feeling empty at the moment with my heartbeat going very fast. Of course he noticed. He was caring, he always is, and I tried my best acting. It's all due to my period plus migraines. Thanks for your support. Update: I'm shocked. Calling my sister now. This is too much to handle for me. Update: sorry for letting you guys wait for so long. Now I'm sitting here at my sister's house spending the first night without him for years. It's about 10 p.m. here in Europe if you wonder. After one of you guys told me about the Photos app on Mac, I opened it. It was a mirror of his phone and then some. There is as the hidden folder with all of the spy pics. Also there was an album by the name of her initials. It was the single most disgusting thing I ever saw. He took pictures and videos of himself ejaculating in prepped food in a Tupperware while obviously being in his office bathroom. A few pics later she was eating her lunch at the office right out of that Tupperware. Pictures of him coming into a coffee or on cookies. You can imagine the rest, I think. Besides that, I found dozens of pics and videos of her from social media which all seem to be screenshots or screen recordings. I don't even know if this is Word. I have absolutely no idea where he got these from since they are not connected officially on any social media. I already commented that I decided to call my sister, who come over immediately. I was in a total state of shock and showed her everything. She was my rescue. She told me to go grab an external hard drive and took a copy of all that shit while I was packing my bags for the next few nights. We left before he got home. His laptop was still open with also the album open when we left. About 2 hours later he tried to call me like 100 times. My sister took the phone once and told him to stop it in a very explicit manner. He wrote and is writing me messages constantly to come home and took about everything. We could fix this. He needs my help and stuff like that. I didn't answer, not a single word. I'm just sitting here crying most of the time and feeling like the biggest idiot of all time for falling to a guy like him. It takes the floor under my feet. It scares me not knowing what comes next, not knowing what to do tomorrow and how to deal with all of that. I also think that I should contact her. It's too much. I would appreciate your advice here. He is a lawyer. The city we live in is his hometown. His career would be over for sure if this happens to become public. I don't think he could ever recover. And for myself, I would always be his woman. The poor wife. Update. Hello everyone. I want to keep you guys updated and also ask for your further advice. I decided to talk to him and give him the opportunity to explain this whole thing from his perspective. Not that I had any hope, but a confrontation was unavoidable anyway. So yesterday on Sunday we met at our house. It is also my house. I told him my sister knew I was here and she would call me in about 1 hour to confirm I'm okay. I have to mention I had no fear concerning violence or something like that. Anyway, better safe than sorry. When I arrived he initially was very reserved and observant. I acted calm and distant. We sat down and he said nothing, so I told him not to waste my time and to say what he had to say. He then asked me what I think I found and I couldn't help but respond that I found out he was a sexual criminal and that I will report him to the police. That probably was a mistake. His mimic changed and he told me this would be a very bad idea and may result in some serious trouble for me. He claimed he had an affair with his former assistant for quite some time and this whole sperm food thing was just a game bet between them. The bet was he would make her eat his sperm before he left the job. The pictures would be the proof and he already showed her all of them to win the bet. He said it was just a kinky game between them. The other pics of her ass etc. were also taken consensual. At least she knew about it. So he told me there was nothing illegal going on and if I would go to the police this would be wrong suspicion performed by me. Also nobody would believe me anyways cause it would clearly be an act of revenge from the betrayed wife. Last but not least he would know the chief prosecutor personally, which is true. So if I went to the police I would only make a fool of myself and also probably commit a crime. At that moment I couldn't think straight anymore. I reacted emotionally rather than think rationally. I lost it and told him to go out of the house. It got ugly. The result was, he actually left the house. I had no idea if and when he might come back and also felt very uncomfortable in the house. I then packed a few more things and went back to my sister's house where I'm planning on staying for the week at least. Today I called in sick at work. Now I'm no fool and of course I see him being a lawyer trying to protect at least his career by claiming it was all consensual. He knows me very well and he knows our relationship was over the moment I found the pictures. I've always been very strict and consequent in former relationships and he knows that. On the other hand his claim could be true. I think I'll contact a lawyer as I need one for divorce anyway. Edit: I had to call her. We will meet in about 2 hours in a cafe next to the office. She seemed surprised but not concerned. For your context, we already met a few times when I was visiting him at the office and casually spoke a few words. So I'm no stranger to her. I will drag some of the photos on my phone to show her. This whole thing feels so unreal, but if I wouldn't do it, the feeling of not knowing and not being able to do something until next week when I meet my lawyer would be too hard to endure. Final update. When she arrived I could already see by her mimics she had no clue what was going on and why I asked her to meet me. This turned out to be true. First thing I asked her was if he contacted her within the last couple of days. She denied. I had a feeling she was telling the truth. A 22-year-old girl I asked her for her age could not have lied to my face this calm and collect, I think. So I told her I found very inappropriate and disturbing photos of hers on his phone. I showed her some of the spy pics on my phone and asked her if she knew or noticed about that. She reacted completely irate. The pictures I showed her were normal ones, so nothing about the really gross part just yet. I asked her about their relationship and his behavior towards her. She initially said everything was okay and normal, and most of the time he used to be very polite. But she added that towards the end of his job he used to approach her very often and talk to her about personal topics such as her relationship status. One time he made up a fictional scenario where he said he would ask her out if he wasn't married. When she replied to him, she would have said no in that scenario because she would want to separate work from private life. He acted offended and talked her into saying yes. I felt ashamed for his behavior and apologized for him. Then I told her that there would be something else which I needed to inform her about. I told her about the other pictures involving the food. I didn't plan to show her the pictures, but she really wanted to see them. I showed them to her and she literally nearly threw up. She was in a state of shock. It broke my heart, so I sat next to her and took her hand. I told her I'm by her side and will support her whatever she plans on doing. I told her I already left the house and will divorce him. I couldn't help but started crying seeing what he's done to that lovely girl. I asked her if she wanted me to accompany her on her way home, but she said it was okay. She went by car. She will talk to her family and certainly report him and also file a lawsuit against him. At least that's what she said. I feel so incredibly sorry for her, it breaks my heart. At the same time I feel so angry about him and still hope this is just a nightmare. Hopefully I did the right thing.